Hello, WAIMers. Welcome to an unedited meeting about
Vibrant Stuff Bundle.
Vibrant Stuff Bundle.
Slash Bumpsale,
Slash.
if you want to run a Bumpsale.
Babe, our bundle is going to expire in negative 353 days.
I wrote fixed timer as my first to do.
All right, so the point of this meeting, what we wanted to do was basically walk through all of the things needed to get our Bumpsale bundle up for sale.
And hopefully, if some of you out there are on the fence about joining the Bumpsale Challenge and are like, I don't know exactly how to do this, maybe just watching this video will give you a bunch of very concrete to-dos, and you'll realize that it's actually not that hard to get it set up. And why not? You don't lose anything by trying.
Why not?
Why
I also
not?
did see, I forgot how cool that little graphic is that you made.
I know, but we have to make a new one.
Oh, of course we do. I did see that actually some of you who were in the thread about the Bumpsale Challenge, and I think it was Pam and maybe Jacqueline and maybe some other people, were talking about a self-care bundle, you guys kind of bundling stuff together, which would be really cool. So I hope you do that. And like Caroline said, this will kind of give you either the nudge to do a bump sale, and not that you have to, but maybe it also will give you some thoughts if you've already committed of, oh, yeah, that's the email schedule I wanted to send, or I didn't know how many emails I should send about this, and then anything else that we wanted to do. So,
Question for you.
yeah.
Are we going to plan during this time period or plan and execute during this time period?
We are going to plan.
Okay.
Yeah. We had originally thought we might just record and then talk and kind of work and use it as like a working hour to do things, but I just will be more efficient if we're actually like focused on the work. And also like, I feel like that would be boring to watch. So anywho, let's start with me writing something on paper.
Okay, so one benefit that we do have is that we already created the Squarespace website where we host the bundle. That's because we use the same URL and site from 2 years ago when we first had the idea to do this bundle. So it's just vibrantstuffbundle.com, but all we did there was literally everything that I go over in the final module of the Better Branding course, setting up a very simple Squarespace site that's essentially just a landing page, like a sales page is the home page, and then we have another page that's like a redemption page that's password protected, and that's the portal where everybody gets the bundle, the digital bundle goods. Yeah. That's literally like the structure of the website. It's 2 pages.
Yeah, we do have stuff in Zapier, don't we, for this?
We do, but we definitely need to make sure, like I know we need to just go through all the redemption links and make sure like all those payment pages still exist, and you know.
Let's go big picture here for a second.
Sure.
Do we want to change anything about the bundle itself?
Well, let's see, do we have anything like in terms of what's inside the bundle? I think we should look if there's anything else we want to add.
Right.
So it's all of our normal, if you see me looking off screen, you can't see my laptop, but I just have the website up where we list all of the products. So it's all of these courses, which are still alive and well.
Yep.
Is iPad lettering on here? Yep. I'm a perfect writer.
One thing I think is interesting,
workshops.
as we definitely want to go through this and keep going, but just a note to make is that you may be thinking like, oh, I already have my customers who bought something at full price, like I don't want them to feel or get mad if they see that I'm offering a bundle where that like a full price thing was included in a bundle. Listen guys, this is just the way that like commerce goes, is you dictate the price of things, putting things on sale, putting things in bundles. So many times in our lives, we will go somewhere and buy something and it's 50% off of what we already paid. And like, we're not gonna like go to a Target and ask for a manager and get mad at them. Like,
right, the example I think I heard one time is like the jeans debacle, which is
like
what
I talk about.
You go buy a pair of jeans and the next week you see that it's on sale and you're like, oh, bummer, I missed out. But you're not like, I'm never shopping at this store again. You just understand that the store has time periods where they have things that are on sale, and if you catch it at the right time, great, and if you don't, you don't. Yeah,
so one thing that we do is we actually try and exclude people who have purchased the bundle before. We don't exclude people who've purchased individual products before, because we actually saw that people have purchased the bundle who purchased one of the other things, and they'll email us and go, is there any way I can get a discount? And we just go, sorry, there's nothing we can do.
I mean, the Bumpsale itself is like such a deep discount of like over thousands of dollars.
So give yourself permission to not worry about packaging something up, putting it in front of people who may have purchased one of the things that are in there, and being able to offer something at an amazing price, an amazing deal, so that you can make some money and people can also get a good deal on it. So I don't know if Nadia is going to watch this, but as of recording this the other day, Nadia launched her branding bundle, and she loves it because the way she positioned it was, not a lot of people can afford to pay her for her services, can't buy her products because they just don't have the means. But this gives them a way to do that. And we kind of feel the same way. If someone can't afford to buy Wandering Aimfully membership or buy our Future in the past, or even the full price of any of these courses, this gives them the opportunity to be able to get that, and it makes us feel good about that. So
Yeah,
it's
and when
just serving a different customer.
Totally. And when you think about the difference between the bundle and the WAIM community, somebody's not getting the full community, somebody's not getting the dashboard, so it's like
They're not getting new products, they're not getting this type of thing.
They're just getting the
Already
items
created.
themselves, and they have to navigate their way through those things. So in our minds, it is very different from, purchasing a membership, but it allows somebody who maybe is a little bit more cost prohibitive to get some good resources and be able to improve their lives and businesses. So the only thing that I see differently is, because I can't offer my book because there's not an ebook version, but we could include some of the video workshops that we've done since.
I would keep those WAIM only.
Okay.
I'm fine with those ones because we did them, but I like keeping some of the stuff that we've done. And so this is also, I think, a fun little like mental exercise where we feel like, should we add something new? Should we add something different? And you don't need to. Like, we did this a year ago. So the people who saw this a year ago and didn't buy, or people who've joined us since then, they didn't even know this exists, and that should be good enough for them to purchase.
So the bundle itself, we're going to keep the same. We're not going to do these bonuses.
Nope, we're going to remove the bonuses.
Remove the bonuses. Okay. Let me write that down.
Just going to write down all kinds of notes.
Guys, complete side note. Should we tell them about my new toy?
Sure.
Got a brand new iPad. My other one was 2 years old. This is the 3rd generation iPad Pro. It's the bigger screen. I know I was in a conversation, I think, with Lou, talking about iPad screens. And it was so funny because, I was like, I love the small one.
A 9.7 inches what you had before?
It's been perfectly fine. I've never had a bigger one to compare it to. Now that I have the bigger one, I'm like, I love it. It's so wonderful. And I'm using an app called Good Notes right now, which has like a little digital planner. So I'm just trying out different productivity tools. I always like to switch back and forth. Sometimes we use Airtable a ton. Sometimes I like to use a paper planner. Sometimes I like to use a digital planner. It just reinvigorates my process.
Yeah, and a big part of why we purchased the iPad, because we're not flush with cash at the moment, was that your laptop, which I think is 4 years old, maybe 5 years old, somewhere around there, is on its way out, and you're trying to do a lot of stuff and it's barely being able to keep up. And this kind of gives a bridge of not having to buy another $3,000, $4,000 fully loaded MacBook laptop because you need the processing power, and to be able to have something in between to kind of bridge that gap.
Totally. So I have my little keyboard cover that I'm trying to just get in the habit of using it like a computer, and so far it's working really well.
All right, anyway. Okay, so we are going to remove the little bonus section.
Yep.
We are going to reset the timer.
Fix the timer. I would like to just basically reskin it with WAIM colors.
Okay.
Just for cohesion and for people to be like, oh, this is all the products that are inside WAIM, and they can kind of make that mental jump.
Okay.
That's not hard. That's just styling inside Squarespace, and then I'll do like a new little.
And we're just going to keep. We decided this before we had this meeting, but I think we're just going to keep the name Byron Stuff Bundle, and just hopefully people get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's fine. This is one of those examples of like. It may sound kind of weird to us, but I think anybody looking at it, like, they just don't care what it's called.
Yeah.
So, I really do like the graphic, though.
Well, I can do something similar.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun. Okay, so I wrote down
did
here,
a great job.
reset the timer, go through copy, and change all the dates, which is easy stuff. That's just making sure that
You have that?
Yeah, I just wrote that down.
Are you going to do that?
I think we can assign this stuff later.
Okay, so change dates.
So all the stuff is still good.
Yep, okay, now let me look at the back end and see what else needs.
So yeah, we're gonna need to
know
make
that right now the
new bump sale button.
How did we do this last year? We did it so that we had like an open version and a closed version. Do you remember that?
What?
Okay, so see this homepage? This index is what we have right now, which is like, hey, this is like coming. And what we did was we had how it's sold closed, which is here. And then we basically had a version of it that's how it's sold open that has the buy button on it.
Oh.
And we just swapped it out.
Gotcha.
So right now it's locked. I don't really know why we did that, but we want to unlock that because we want people to be able to see the
everything. Yeah, so once you finish
once
reskinning
I finish it, I'll unlock it.
Okay. Yeah, if anything, what we could have done is instead of having like a locked version, is just swap out the little block that has the button, because you made like a little GIF of the button growing in price, like explaining it. But I think that's the thing, is just maybe just that text area was different.
Yeah, it was just
How the bundle works.
Yeah, so
Come back on. Yeah.
to fill in the gaps, because we're not really talking in full sentences here, the way that I set it up in Squarespace, I'm trying to think of the easiest thing possible when it goes live on Black Friday. Also, typically when we run this in the past, we were in Florida and we were traveling. We didn't want to be sitting down and like trying to figure out complicated things. So the easiest thing that I found was to create an index page in my Squarespace template. And I have different pages for each kind of section of the site. And if you use Squarespace, you know what I'm talking about. And I basically have a version of the how it's being sold section that is the closed version of it. So it says like, hey, come back on Black Friday. Here's how it's being sold. That's where I explain Bumpsale a little bit. It increases in price, yada, yada. And I don't have a buy button there. I just have a little GIF that shows what Bumpsale does, which it just shows the price increasing. And so I basically duplicate that page and I create then an open version of that page that has the real Bumpsale button on it. So all I have to do when the site goes live on Black Friday is drag the open version to the place where it is in the index and then drag out the closed version. So I just swap those sections basically. And that's a really easy way, so you're not trying to like create a whole page on the fly.
I would just say give yourself permission that if you don't want to do all of that, like just copy and paste the section text out and then like add the button when you're ready.
Totally.
Or have the page completely ready and don't give anyone the link until it's live, which is what we did in previous years. Like the page didn't even exist. We just sent people the link, then they got the page, then they bought.
I would highly discourage people from doing that, because do you remember the first year we said we're only sending people the link and then people got the email at different times and it wasn't fair?
Yeah, I just think that it's very hard to control when people get emails, when like do things. So I'm just saying like...
No, but that's the point that I'm trying to tell them is like, don't send out the site in the launch email on Black Friday. Tell them in the email before where you're setting it up, here's where it will live.
Oh, yeah. So my point is, if you have the website, like you don't have to have a coming soon version of the sales page and then like launch version of the sales page. You can just have like a placeholder, like a little bit of text of like, this will be live at 9 a.m. on Friday.
Right, exactly.
You don't have to make like a thing that you swap out. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, is having the website like ready for people to go to so they know where to go.
Well, yeah, because you said send people the site and when it's live, and don't do that, because we actually learned the hard way. People got really mad. They were like,
because you can't,
this isn't fair. Like
you can't control how an email service sends out emails. So sometimes they batch and send out like every 5 minutes a group of like 1,000 subscribers.
But what you can control is that if you're editing the site on your side, people can refresh at that time, and it's a lot more fair.
Whew, we just worked through that, guys. Okay.
Okay. So that's it. And then, yep, that's literally the site. And then we have the redeem page, which is just a standalone page. Mm-hmm. And it has basically a gallery of images that show each product. And in the description of the gallery, we put the name of the product, and then we have links to where they can redeem that.
And I would say, just as like, if you can't make a full site like this and it's a lot of like extra work, just give yourself permission to put redeem links in an email to people. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to talk about here in a second kind of like the logistics of how all this stuff works for us, and then maybe some recommendations for you to keep it simple. But yeah, if you can't make like a full page like this, then I think that's okay. Mm-hmm. So we'll go through and click all those links and make sure all of those work.
Yep, I put go through redeem links. But since it's all the same stuff, that won't be hard. I just read in the footer, Jason wrote, if you have trouble with redeeming any of the goodies above, shoot Jason an email. But don't email him LinkedIn or Candy Crush invitations, please.
I don't want those. I'm just being honest.
You're a silly Billy. That's it.
Okay, so logistically, how this works, we need to make a new Bumpsale button. Because we need it's just smart to do a fresh one. I would say, let's run this through maybe your Stripe account.
Get all that cash. Sure.
It doesn't really matter,
Really doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, so new Bumpsale button, MV Stripe. All right, so then we just need to go through Zapier and what happens. I'm fairly certain what we did is we had a Zapier email. So Zapier, one of the things that they use, so when a Stripe purchase happens, we have a filter that looks for the name of the product. So, and we actually put this in the Bumpsale guide. I put this through in the Zapier plus Bumpsale section. Is you set up the Zap, so it says when a Stripe purchase happens, look through this filter. The filter says the name contains, and then you have the Bumpsale name that you put in. So ours would be like Vibrant Stuff Bundle 2018. And then if that matches, then it goes to the next step, because if you have other Stripe purchases going on, you need that filter. If you just have a Stripe account just for your Black Friday deal or a Bumpsale or whatever, then that step doesn't matter, but we have other things going through our Stripe accounts. So once that filter is approved for us, then it would send a Zapier email, which is just a built-in simple email, and that email has the password and the link to the redeem page, which is really nice. So
I forgot we did all this.
yeah, oh yeah.
This is smart of us.
Yep.
Okay.
Because we actually tried to do this in 2016 using ConvertKit, I think at the time, or whatever email provider we were using, and the automation emails didn't work fast enough, or something broke or whatever, and it was a pain. So this works really well because it just takes like 5 to 15 minutes for Zapier to send the email, but it works.
So do you want to update this email at all?
We can just review it.
Okay.
So review email text. So the one thing we do want to have happen though is tag people in Drip that they purchased this.
We had a separate
Is there a separate Zap that does that?
thing going, I believe, because we would have had Drip last year.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it.
No, I know we did.
But we could also add it on the end of that as well.
VBS. Yeah. We must have had it somewhere.
Either that or what we did is we just exported all the buyers of the bundle and then imported and added the tag.
Okay, so I'll just add.
So we'll just add a step on our Zapier Zap to tell Drip, our email provider, to add a tag, just so that we can keep track of people. So if we do this bundle again next year or something, we can exclude the people who've purchased it so that they don't get it. So I'm pretty certain we have a purchased Vibrant Stuff Bundle tag in Drip. We should probably review that just to make sure, but
We do.
okay.
Okay, so we got to review the redeem email, and then the other thing is just the email for Monday and the email for Friday.
Right, so
And the
let's
email
talk
for
about
the following Monday.
promotional schedule. Okay, so Monday, as of recording this, and we're going to do this, is the 19th, I believe.
It is.
So that is Vibrant Stuff Bundle is coming. And basically we outline specifically what's going on. So we're doing a bump sale. Here's everything that's included. Here's the total value. It starts on Friday at this time. Get ready. The earlier you get it, the better the price you get. And I actually wrote also in the bump sale guide, if you're watching this, there's a pre-written script that you can steal if you want, that you can just literally copy and paste and fill in. So 11:19 email, VBS is coming, and then 11:23. So that's Vibrant Stuff Bundle is live. And then 11, do we want to send anything in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, or just one on Cyber Monday?
Just Cyber Monday, I think.
So Vibrant Stuff Bundle is ending, is what we'll say. Cool. And then for all of these, we will exclude Vibrant Stuff buyers.
That does mean that people who have purchased aren't going to get a newsletter for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's fine. They're going to get plenty of other emails from other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Are we excluding WAIMers from this because they don't need to buy it?
Oh yeah, why would they? Although, I don't think so. Because theoretically somebody could, I mean, I don't know why you would want to, but.
I think we exclude them. Sorry guys, we're excluding you. I just feel like anything that we sell, they don't need to get because they're getting all the things.
I know, but somebody could want to buy all the products so they have them, so that if in the future when they can't, if they could, couldn't continue paying or had to pause their account or something, they would still have access to those products.
Well, I think we should exclude them, but if you're watching this and you're one of those people, now you know, go to vibrantstuffbundle.com.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do 3 emails. Are we going to social promote?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I ever...
Get back on social media?
Yeah.
What does that look like schedule-wise?
Probably similar in alignment to the email schedule, which is like I'll do a post and a story on 11/19, and then maybe I'll do one on the 22nd as well, just saying tomorrow.
Okay, is that your personal Instagram, Wandering Aimfully Instagram?
Oh, I was thinking Wandering Aimfully Instagram, but I can reshare it on my personal for sure.
Cool.
Because it has more people.
Yeah, this was one of those situations where if I was giving someone else advice, I would say, how often do you do a bundle like this? How often do you run a bump sale? And you go, once a year. Then you should probably share it maybe more than you would initially think because you don't do this very often. So for us, it's giving ourselves the permission to go, there's a lot of Black Friday stuff out there. Yes, we have our membership that we promote, but we only do this bundle once a year. We want to give people who can't afford our membership a chance to get all of our stuff. So let's give ourselves the best opportunity to get that in front of people.
Is tomorrow spelled with 1 M and 2 R's?
Yeah. Yeah, they thought about changing it to 2 M's and 1 R, but then they came back and they're like, ugh, there's too many words with 2 M's in it, like hammer and scammer
and Hummer.
So many people use the word Hummer all the time.
Plumber. Not plumber.
Okay, all
That's
right.
a trick.
You tricked them.
Tricked
Good job,
'em.
Carol. Okay.
Okay.
What else? Do we want to set any goals?
We can set goals. Low and high.
I think also we've kind of gone back and forth on where to start the bundle each year and what we're starting it at.
Yeah.
So I think we start it at $25 this year.
Mm-hmm.
So price. You going to the calculator?
Mm-hmm.
Start at 25. If you don't know, at bumpsale.co, there is a bump sale calculator, and you can see how much a bump sale can possibly make for you. So if we start our bump sale at $25 and we increase the bump amount by $1 per purchase, with a total of 100 purchases, we will make $7,400. So
Now,
100.
you do have to adjust that just slightly because people will buy simultaneously sometimes and they'll get the same price. It doesn't happen that often, but it's possible.
Yep.
So the total will be just slightly lower than maybe what the calculator shows you. So
the scenario for this is that multiple people click the buy button at the exact same time and it locks in that price for them and it holds that price for a certain amount of time that you can change on the bump sale thing, but there's just no way around that. So we tend to get 5 purchases of $25, 7 purchases of $27, and then all of a sudden jumps to $49 because it catches itself up.
So I feel like that's a good low goal.
Sure. So
I think it'll get higher than 125.
Let's go 150 and 200 and we'll write all 3 of those numbers down.
Okay.
So we have a low, medium, and high goal.
So let's say the calculator says for 100 people it would be 74.
Well, let's just follow that math. It's fine. We don't need to try and do some type of Pythagorean theorem to figure out when multiple people.
I like to under promise myself and over deliver.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to get more than 100 people to buy, so that's already over promising and under delivering.
Okay, 150.
It's also just a fun game to play,
It's a fun game. Ooh, almost broke the padding there. God, it really escalates.
It does.
So from 100, just to give you an idea of how bump sale works and why you should do this, is 100 purchases gets us $7,450. And you're like, that'd be nice, just a $7,000 payday. If you just get 50 more customers on top of that, 150 customers gets you $14,925.
Not bad.
It escalates quickly, y'all, because if you think about the math, the higher price point, you're getting more customers at that higher price point.
Yep.
So yes, it will slow down the higher you get, but that's why we also recommend people do it a period of time, because if you can just eke out those couple of higher customers, they're still deciding that it's worth it for them to get whatever you're selling, but it really starts to kind of escalate. Okay. It's like a hyperbolic curve.
What's 200?
Okay, wait, I need to write this down.
Oh, you got excited.
Yeah. 14,925.
Obviously, there's some fees in there. Bump sale takes 3% of that, so 3% of 14,000 would be $120. Not a big deal.
Okay, what is it, 200?
Yeah.
So that means our final price would be $225, and that would be $24,900.
Sorry, bud. Sorry.
I'm just gonna try to manage our expectations.
Yeah, that's
the first year we did this.
Yeah.
We got close to 20,000, I think.
I think we got over 20. I think it was like 21,000.
Last year was substantially different.
Last year it ended at 197 was the final price because I saw it in the thing. So it was, I think it was around 12,000. Yeah, because it was about 150 purchases because I think we started it at around 130.
It says 18,000.
I know, but we had a lot of similar purchases at like 25,
okay,
27,
so it's about
32.
12,000.
Yeah.
So somewhere in there, we can guesstimate somewhere between $7,000 and $24,000 is where we think.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty
crazy.
It's really interesting. Like, obviously we have a decent size audience, but even if you just have a couple hundred people on your email list, if you get 20 to 50 of those people to buy and you start the price maybe a little bit higher, but you're still giving a lot of value, you can make some really good money. And like Nadia, for example, who was running her bundle, so started at $4. Yeah,
and
it bumped by 4. And I think she had like 30 purchases.
Guys, that's
when we
like
first started talking.
Almost $2,000.
Yeah, and she may end up, so just go to 60. Let's just say she gets 60 total purchases. So that's $7,300 from that. So, and that's 60 people need to buy it at what's probably about a third of the full price of the thing that she's selling.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
it's just fun.
It's just like a interesting way to sell things when selling things can be mundane and boring and feel kind of blah. And I just love that, like, people like Vanessa, who's a WAIMer, she's coming up with like a mystery box, so she's just doing something. I love that. Yeah, she's just doing something fun and different. And I would just challenge you guys, if you're on the fence about this and maybe you don't feel like you have enough stuff to bump sale, maybe there's someone in the WAIM community who could bump sale something with you. Maybe you just know somebody outside of the WAIM community that could bump sale something with you. Or even someone's stuff who you follow that you think they should use bump sale. Reach out and tell them. It would just be really fun to see more people using it, especially around this time of year. It's just the perfect time to do something like this.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
So these are the to-dos. We are going to assign, what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility to all these to-dos, and then we're gonna do it.
So I can do the emails. Do you want to go ahead and assign?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're gonna do the emails.
So I would say if you want to do all the website stuff,
yeah,
I'll do the emails.
Okay, so this is C, 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 this is C. So do you want me to go through all the redeem links too?
I can go through all those.
Okay. And then can you create the new button?
Yep.
And then I'll look at do you want to look at the Zapier stuff, or do you want me to? I'll look at it just to,
yeah, it's your account. I don't think I have access to your account.
And then
we really need to combine Zapier accounts, by the way.
Yeah.
And Typeform.
So you'll write the emails and I'll do the social posts.
Cool.
Okay. Deal.
And then, so we want to have the site ready by Monday?
Yep.
For that email. All right, guys.
And that, my friends, is how you set up a bump sale.
That, my friends, is how you make $7,000 to $24,000. Easy peasy. We just printed that money. It's going to be in our bank account in a week, and we didn't have to do anything else. It was just that easy. No, it's not that
Sarcasm.
easy. Okay. If you guys have any questions about bump sale, if you're on the fence, if you're just wondering if it's right for you, feel free to send me a DM in Slack or an email. Happy to brainstorm or think about things for you. It's not too late if you're watching this. We're going to hopefully send this out tomorrow, Friday, so that you have some time to think about it, a week to think about things. And if the timing isn't right for you and you're just feeling like, oh, I would have to struggle and I would have to work through the holiday if next week is a holiday for you, if you're in the US, don't force yourself to feel like you have to do it on Black Friday. You could easily do this the beginning of December. You could do this the beginning of the year, the new year. It's just something fun to think about.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
All right?
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Bye.